I honestly haven't played much poker this month. Like, almost none. But I'll tell you what, we're playing today. The World Series is coming to an end. I haven't got many hours in. We're getting hours in today. I'll tell you that. Between family stuff, going back and forth to LA, taking Jada to day camp, back and forth every day, staying home and watching the kids so Lily could go play her World Series events. Just haven't played this month. Not much. We're going to play today. I did, however, play one WSOP event. And it's not really worth talking about, to be honest with you. But I played one. So right now, it's about 8 in the morning. I'm headed to the Bellagio. I'm obviously vlogging the whole thing. So let's just see what happens.
So today, we waste no time with getting in the mix. I believe this was the fourth hand dealt. With only a button open in front of us, I find it pretty easy to defend from the big blind with Queen Jack offsuit for $30. I'm not mad at the King of Spades, Deuce of Spades, 10 of Clubs flop. I check, and soon after see a $50 bet headed my way. I debate on check raising this villain on this board, but settle on just a call. The turn, well, it can't get any better or any cleaner than that ace of diamonds bringing me the nut straight, can it? And hopefully, it connects with the villain in some way. I check again, and he bets again. $100. Let's get some more money in this pot, why don't we? I raise to $340, but unfortunately, just get a quick fold. Here, the under the gun player opens, which is typically a pretty strong range, but I'm obviously obligated to raise with this unpaired piece of shit hand. Ace King offsuit. I make it $100 and he calls. Heads up, the two of us see Jack 10-3 with 2 clubs. His first move is check. Holding 2 overcards, a gut shot to the nuts, but no clubs, checking back here wouldn't be my worst move, but I continue for $80 as the pre-flop raiser. He calls again. The turn 7 of clubs basically brings in every hand known to man, and our villain checks once more. I check it back because I'm basically done with the hand at this point. Then the river 10 of clubs appears. I do have some showdown value, so if it goes check on the river, it's possible I still might win. In this one, I open Jack 8 of hearts from the low jack to $25 and get looked up by the button. 9-9 deuce rainbow. There's not much going on with this flop. The 9 of hearts is good, I guess. I check, he checks. The turn brings another 9 and 2 more checks. When the river king of clubs appears, and I end up at the end of days holding just jack high, I have to bet. This is when it pays to know your opponents. That king is better for me than him, and this villain isn't the I'll call you down with ace high type. However, if he has a pair, any pair, he will call. as he should. Therefore, I don't need to really risk a lot here. I bet $10. He folds.
What are you waiting to play? 40-80?
48. Relax, those guys are right.
I'll play. Put me on the list.
Come on down.
Yeah, put me on the list.
You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do it. You.
Okay, so we have a cutoff open to $30, and I look down at aces once again. Let's see if we can get some action this time. From the small blind, I make it $140 to go and no action.
Makes the final table, starts going crazy, you know? He starts going crazy. He's crazy now. Slow down. Slow down.
So the session is going on like normal and everyone's having a good time, and then the one seat leaves. Who knows why? He just leaves. So the seat to my right is now empty. The 5 seat then requests a seat change to the empty 1 seat. Excuse me? You want to move to my right? You are saying you don't care if I'm on your left. Oh, okay. The disrespect. It's on now.
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Opening ace-3 suited from the hijack, well, that's approved. I make it $25 to go. The only action I get is from the big blind, and I'll take it. Action was hard to come by at this point in this session. He checks dark. 3-7-7 rainbow. Action is on me, and I connected with this board and probably could use a bit of protection. I bet $15 and get check raised to $50. So you are saying you have a 7 or a pocket pair bigger than a 3 most likely. I do believe you. I really do. But I'm still calling. I call the check raise. The turn 7 of clubs kind of puts a monkey wrench in the I have a 7 campaign, and he leads out for $100. So, you have a pocket pair. I do believe you. I really do. I just don't care. I call the $100. He then checks dark again. The river, the ace of spades. Ah, well, that's nice. With action on me, I drop $150 into the middle and get snap called. I mean, that ace is a good card to bluff. But I'm not bluffing.
I figured.
Yeah, good for you.
It's been really hard getting any action this session, and in this one, the under the gun player opens to $30 and the hijack calls. Oh no. Not now. Please, not. Wait a minute. I don't have to raise this hand. I'm grown. I can do whatever I want. I decide to switch it up a little bit here by just calling the open. 4-6-8 rainbow. The early position opener checks and the hijack checks as well. Looking at this flop, if it favors anyone, it has to favor the calling range of the button. My actual hand, not so much, but my range, pretty good. I should be the only one of these players that can have all the sets. I take the betting lead here with a $60 bet. My thinking is that this should shed a lot of the random hands that still have some equity, like Queen Jack, Jack 10, 10 9. My thinking, well, it was mistaken. Nothing was shed. They both call. The turn deuces spade should be a complete blank, and the under the gun player and the hijack treat it as so by checking. If I'm going to tell the story that I hit this flop hard, I better keep up with this ruse. I send $220 their way. The under the gun player is convinced. The hijack, not so much. When the river 5 of spades completes the backdoor flush draw and puts 2 one-liner straights on board, and the hijack checks, I think I might just give up. When I remember that the hijack's pre-flop 3-bet range is a lot tighter than it probably should be, I decide to give up. I check it back and just lose to a set of 4s. I guess I wasn't the only player that could have all the sets. I'm not in love with how I played this one, but thank God I didn't bet the river. He wasn't going anywhere versus me. One-liner or not. So the hijack opens to $30, and the gentleman that previously moved from the 5 seat to the 1 seat finds a raise from the small blind to $100. That's a small raise coming from the small blind, but everyone doesn't know this. I doubt he's adjusting his raise sizes based on the hijack's tendencies. He's probably just raising because he has a good hand. And then I look down at 2 kings. This is the moment. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I 4-bet to $350 and the hijack leaves town. The small blind tanks. 30 seconds later, he hits me with the 5-bet to $1,150.
$11.50.
You know what this means. I know what this means. It means aces. Maybe ace king suit. Actually, no. It means aces. Just fold, Jamie. Just fold. And then the evil thoughts creep into my mind.
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me. I put it in my mindset that if I don't do this, then they're gonna consider him on the same level as me, and that motivated me to attack.
Come on.
Oh,
2,500 all in.
What's your request?
what's that? Just once. If you don't have kings, God damn it. What you gotta do here? Guess I should have gone twice.
I didn't realize I'm killing this dude.
Yes. Leave it there.
No, I don't think so. I started with 2,000.
Alright, so this is 19, 13.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
I almost folded. Like I was this close to folding.
If I go all in, do you fold?
I should have folded for your level, to be honest with you. Like,
It's hard to fold
Yeah.
kings. I was thinking about asking for 2 boards
Yeah.
because I figured the chance of you hitting 2 sets.
high. Once I hit one set, I'm going to hit another.
After getting super lucky and winning that hand with kings, I became really focused. They say that happens when you look death in the face. I also kept picking up big hands, so that helps too. Here, I pick up jacks from the cutoff and get 3-bet by a rampant 3-better in the small blind. Normally, I give a 3-bet from the small blind a bit more credit, but this particular guy, well, I just think he's 3-betting a tad too much. I was never folding jacks anyway, and if I was a real gangster, I just slide these jacks into my 4-bet range versus this guy.
Are you a fucking businessman? You want to handle it like that. You don't want to get all gangsta wild with it and shit, right?
I call. Ace of hearts, 7 of hearts, 10 of spades. He continues for $80, which is a pretty standard continue here, and I reach decision point number 2. Call or fold? I've kinda answered this already. I think he's 3-betting too much. Meaning hands that he should only be 3-betting with sometimes, he's just 3-betting all the time. Stuff like King-Jack suited, 10-9 suited, Ace-4 suited. He's just auto 3-betting. Raising would be a bit of an overplay, so we land on call. 8 of spades on the turn. Now he checks. I could find some bets here and put him in an awkward spot if he does have a real hand like kings or queens. However, I've been pretty damn active at this table, and he's probably going to give me as much credit as I give him. None. I check it back. The river 5 of diamonds falls, and now he bets again. $160. I wish I could explain this in words, especially because I'm doing this voiceover for a vlog, but I can't. It was just a feeling. After years of playing, you can sometimes just sense when someone is up to nonsense. Maybe it was a combination of his turn check on a board that he would likely continue with a big hand, or maybe it was something I picked up in his body language. Either way, I was about 90% sure my hand was good here. So I pick up a chip and execute the super douchey 1-chip call. I was right. He tables Queen-Jack suited. About an hour later, I get into another scrum with the 1 seat. He's added on since the Kings versus Aces hand and now has about $2,000 in front of him. This one starts with him opening the $30 and me raising to $100 from the button, holding 2 jacks of mixed races. Action folds back to him, and he finds the call. 6 deuce for rainbow, and he checks. In a single raised pot, this board wouldn't be the best in the world. In a 3-bet pot versus a player that really isn't going to be stepping out of line calling 3-bets with hands like 6-5 and 5-4 suited, this board is pretty good. There is some set threat here, but it is what it is. I continue for $140, and he calls. Instantly, I know he has an overpair. I'm not sure which, but likely something like 7s, 8s, pocket 9s, something in that range. The 6 pairs on the turn, and he checks again. Keeping it real here for the vlog is important, and I really don't remember why I checked the 6 back. For deception, maybe? Definitely not for pot control, because I don't think he has any 6s, and sets are now harder to find. I probably should have kept betting, so a mistake on my part. We head to the river. The river is the 7 of spades, and now he leads, and not a small lead. $300. This gives us pause. Did he just river a boat? Or does he think I just have 2 overcards and he's betting something like pocket 9s for value? He's not bluffing. That much I know. I cycle through his hands in my head. 9s, 10s. Do we have the same hand? It's close, and much like the hand with kings, I should really just fold. But I beat a ton of his value, so I slide in a call, and he tables queens.
Now look at my really. Oh, so that's how you gonna play it. I said it's a crock of shit.
Seeing this hand really shocked me. If he isn't 4-betting queens versus my button opening range, then his 3-bet calling range is way stronger than I ever imagined.
You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Revenge is a dish served cold. I waited and waited for this moment. Now we're even right now.
All right. You got me. You got me.
One active?
No. Off, Gino. That's how we do it. We take it to the streets, son. Off. I'm not doing that again. That's scary.
It is hot as hell outside. Mid-session update time. I'm gonna switch it up. Today it is day 5 of the World Series main event. I have some friends left in it, so we were gonna come over and say hi and see how they are doing before resuming the session at the Bellagio. As you've seen so far, hopefully, the session's going well. I mean, I cracked aces with kings, and the only really hiccup I've had is running my jacks into pocket queens. Other than that, things are going well. We're gonna weave through this traffic, and I'll see you at the Bellagio soon.